So it's Tuesday of Holy Week. Out there behind me, you can see through the window maybe a big stone. We call that whole area Tuesday's Garden, to kind of remind us of how it was on a Tuesday that God created all the vegetation. You know, sometimes people will do studies in the Bible of a particular topic or item, like trees, for example, and take a look at all the places in the Bible where trees show up and see if there's some connective tissue to all of that. You could do the same with stones or rocks. I was thinking about that with Tuesday's Garden out there and that big stone. Some of the places where we read about rocks, stones, boulders. You know, they would stone people to death back in those days sometimes. Jesus was leaving the temple with his disciples one day, and the disciples looked over their shoulder and said, "Look, Jesus, what large buildings." And he said, "Not one stone will be left upon another. All of that will be torn down." Jesus was crucified on a big stone, a big rock. There was a big stone rolled in front of his tomb. There were other occasions of stones. Jesus was a stumbling block. He spoke of himself as the cornerstone, the capstone. You know, it was earlier this week, maybe the end of last week, I don't remember, but somebody said that the projections were this was going to be the deadliest week, and maybe the one after as well, because of the coronavirus and the cases and how it was going to take the life of more people than it had previously in this country. I don't know for sure if that's the case. I wish it wouldn't be. But I do know that on another level, this is the deadliest week. It's a week that's slowly making its way to Good Friday, where Jesus is going to be crucified on that big rock called Calvary, or Golgotha, just outside of the city of Jerusalem. It's going to be deadly not only because he's going to give up his life, but it's going to be deadly because he's going to, in his death, put to death the great enemy of sin and our separation from God. If you ever get to Israel sometime, you'll see that it's a pretty rocky place. It's almost as a country, one big, huge stone quarry. Maybe that's kind of fitting. So as we go through this week that, with respect to a coronavirus and this global health threat, it might be a deadly week, be reminded about the deadliest of it all, and that is of an innocent Lord Jesus who gave up his life for you and for me to save and rescue us from the great enemy of sin and separation from God. And my prayer for you today and always is that you would know the price he paid to give us life